Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace has brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've known as days to sing God's praise than when we first begun.
I'm Bill Mays from the Krum Church of Christ, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to this stepping stone here on Wednesday, February the 23rd of the year 2022. Now, today's stepping stone is entitled, A Large Mouth Firmly Closed. Now, George Washington was born February the 22nd, 1732. He died December the 14th, 1799, at the age of 67. We just celebrated President's Day this past Monday. Officially Washington's birthday, a holiday in the United States, celebrated on the third Monday of February to honor all persons who have served in the office of the President of the United States. It is a federal holiday specifically honoring George Washington, who led the Continental Army to victory in the American Revolutionary War. He presided at the Constitutional Convention of 1787 and was the first President of the United States from 1789 to 1797. I should mention that Abraham Lincoln's birthday of February the 12th, 1809 is often included or thrown in with George Washington's birthday when it is celebrated on President's Day. Now, this is a painting of young George Washington in his late 30s by Charles Willson Peale in 1772. When George Washington took his seat in the House of Burgesses at the age of only 26 in 1758, Captain George Mercer wrote, "He is straight as an arrow, measuring 6 feet 2 inches in his stockings and weighing 175 pounds. He has a large straight nose, blue-gray penetrating eyes, which are widely separated and overhung by heavy brows, a pleasing though commanding countenance, dark brown hair, features regular and placid, and a large mouth, generally firmly closed." Now, this is a painting of George Washington in his 40s by Charles Willson Peale. in 1776. And this is the famous, well-known painting of George Washington in his mid-60s by Gilbert Stuart in 1796, not long before he passed away. The one thing in the early word picture of George Washington which immediately captures our attention in all these paintings is a statement that his mouth was generally firmly closed. There is a famous statement found in history that reads, "Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt." Now, there's been numerous versions of this phrase repeated throughout history, at times attributed to Abraham Lincoln and Mark Twain and others. And since this phrase has long been used by people, this phrase may have just been repeated by even those well-known people. We really don't know who coined the phrase. Some believe the phrase is based upon Proverbs 17:28, which reads, "Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is considered prudent." Now, the purpose of this lesson is to remind us there is great wisdom in knowing when to speak and what to say. There's also wisdom in knowing when not to speak and what not to say. A certain man commented that he always tried to leave home in the mornings, leaving things exactly as he would want them to be if he happened to not return again. He said, "There is a possibility I will one day leave the house and by reason of death never return again. I do not want to leave behind any harsh words or unkind statements which would bring regrets if I should not return." We could apply this same attitude and practice to emails and text messages that we send nowadays. Again, not knowing if they might be the last words we are able to communicate. We find here in Proverbs 29:20, "Do you see a person who is hasty with his words? There is more hope for a fool than for him." We must make sure that we are not hasty-worded fools before our God. Jesus taught here in Matthew 12, verses 36 to 37, "But I tell you that for every careless word that people speak, they will give an account of it on the day of judgment. For by your words you'll be justified, and by your words you will be condemned." Are you ready to give an account to the Lord for your daily words? If we, the Krum Church of Christ, can be of any help to you spiritually, go to our website, find our email address, and contact us and let us know how we can be of help to you spiritually in some way. We wish you the very best, especially this week when there could be some dangerous ice on roads this Wednesday and Thursday. But there will be better weather this coming Lord's Day. And I invite you to come be our guest and worship with us for Bible study at 9:30 and worship at 10:30. I wish you the very, very best at the end of this week and the beginning of a new week this weekend. And I pray that you'll join us, Lord willing, next Wednesday for another stepping stone. May God bless you in all that you do. And thank you for joining us for this stepping stone.